I'm supposed to today do a table topic.
Yes.
Our table topic is very simple, just come here and speak for 2 minutes. They give allowance 2.5 minutes. So the timing is, so 1 minute is yellow light. 1 minute is the timer?
Green light.
Green. Then the 1.5 minute yellow light. Then 2 minutes red light, the red light. Then give 30 seconds to finish. So anyway, the topics here are very current. So I wish you don't have to call your name and just come out and speak. Actually, it's a privilege to come here and speak. Because in Singapore, nowhere else, even the speaker's corner also, nobody speaks there now. Okay, nobody. So here you got a chance to speak on any topics. When I give specific topics and you come forward and speak. Okay, even you want to speak more, please control yourself, let the other people speak.
What is it red light?
Okay, first topic is very common. I think you all should know. The greatest fear in life is fear itself. Okay, the topic is the greatest fear in life is fear itself. Anyone? Anyone? Okay? Okay. So you know the topic are very simple.
Alright.
Okay.
I think there was one famous author who said the only thing we fear most is fear itself. I don't know, I can't remember who, but that's how the saying goes. Anyone want to volunteer? Anyone knows who said it? Alright. So much for that. So I think what this topic is very relevant to all of us because they didn't want to stand up. that was fear itself. Nobody wanted to volunteer themselves. So I got invited up here. So yes, I would agree that yes, the only thing to fear is fear itself because that is the definition, isn't it? So no matter how we feel inside, I'm sure we all had this, whether it's you go for an interview or you're sitting for an exam, you have this fear in the depths of your heart, or even when you're standing up here, there's this fear. But we don't think about, oh, I have to come up and stand, oh, I have to go for an interview, oh, I have to sit for exam. The thing you fear is fear. The feeling is all the same. But it's a solution. That's not part of the topic. Thank you.
So and sweet. What you want to say, you just tell us, whether it's right or wrong doesn't matter. Okay, second topic is what is the true, do you think that you ever find peace in this world? Peace in this world. Do you ever find peace in this world? Okay, anyone want to speak? All these are common, but afterwards I go maybe a bit difficult. Okay.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Stephen Chun. Do you find peace in this world? You will never find peace in this world. Because the arms, the countries, they like to create war. Whether it's political war, economic war, or military war. So that whenever there is destruction, there is construction. So if you have peace, nothing can be constructed. So you have to destroy things. Even economics, you have financial crisis. A lot of these things is not because of it collapse naturally. It's because of few manipulators who are able to fix up the things, create a whole scenario to collapse so that they make the most out of it. Similarly, in military, you are aware that Iran-Iraq war, there's no need to go there to fight the war. The pretext is go there for the sake of the people of Iran. But the truth is, they are there for the war oil. It's economic truth. So whenever you expect peace, don't ever hope for it. There won't be peace. There will be people who make use of the situation, create destruction. Then there can be new construction. Back to you.
Okay, in line with this topic, I would like to ask you all questions. Do you think that there is true happiness? True happiness. True happiness in this life.
Sorry, what's the question again?
True happiness in this life. True happiness.
Happiness is a word which we are all envious of. But what is happiness? Very much in you. Because if you're happy about yourself, you find happiness everywhere. But if you don't have the happiness in you, then you end up with a lot of sorrow. Happiness always comes with sorrow. Happiness also associated with problems. So is there a true happiness in life? I say yes. Why so? Because we are very special beings. You know that to become a human being, we have to fight millions of cells in order to be in the embryo of a mother, the fetus.
Yes.
This is what we call, we are already very happy to be here. And then those who are not far behind could be here today. So here today, what we do? We do all have a mission and a goal. So the happiness of me right now is to find something which I really enjoy, so that I have ability to pursue my interests, ability to do what I can reach out for. If I don't find happiness, then I will indulge in my own sorrow, I will indulge in my own doubtfulness, and then I'll set myself very miserable about myself, not doing anything. So true happiness is the person who seeks for it. If you don't seek for the happiness, there will be no happiness. So ladies and gentlemen, today, if you believe that you want to be happy, it's not something you can find out there, it's something where you have to sit and you have to go and reach out for it. So I kind of like appeal to everybody, search for your own happiness and be truly happy about stuff. Thank you.
Now come to more current issues in Singapore. Now, maybe yours, some of you are investors in high flux. The question is, how do you feel? Many investors lost all their saving in the investment in high flux. Supposed to be a very safe investment backed by Temasek, paying 6% dividend. How do you feel? Now they are getting no more money. How do you feel? You want to comment? Okay.
Good evening, everybody. This is just to introduce myself. I'm Desmond Fei. I just came back from China. This is the first time I'm trying these sessions. Talking about investments, especially now in China itself. There's a lot of investments. Previously, they take about 10 months, and then the company will run away with your money. Now they begins even better, 6 months, some even 3 months. But of course, we should know that any investments, it comes with risk. Especially you're talking about even those very stable companies itself. So the most important thing is that we should be able, if you want to invest, we should be able to put this aside, this money. Okay, this is not going to feed our families itself. Then we have to be also mentally prepared. If lose, just beat it. So I feel that any investments will come with money. And personally, I've got a lot of experience in China, and I get a bit wiser, you see. Because China itself, like what Mr. Fernando was saying, is that, you know, we come here to learn, and then we impress people, people believe in us, and then we start to share a lot of things. But in fact, in China right now, also there's a lot of scams, especially China. These people right now, they are very good in talking to you and then share a lot of ideas. Yeah, thanks.
Now, talking about scam, I would like to bring the next topic. In spite of so many cases of scam, whether it's money or love, why do people still fall into the trap? Why people, in spite of so many news, and yet people are still overcome by all this love scam, money scam, all sorts of scam? Will you comment? Do you want to comment?
I'd like to link that perhaps to gambling. People are tempted to have to get something, and it's the greed that creates the situation. So that's really my main point on this, is the idea that people are tempted to have something that they really want, they hope they'll get, and that's why they get carried away into such situations and scams. So I think greed is the driving force behind scams, actually duping people. And human beings are wanting more, it can be a good reason, they're wanting more for their family. So they risk everything, and then they have terrible problems. So that's my thoughts. Thank you very much.
Commented on money. How about love scam? Anyone complain why love scam? I think all of you got some feeling. How about you? You are smiling. Let's hear. Okay. What is the comment?
Good evening, everyone. My name is Fauzia. I'm invited here today by Desmond, so thank you. My thoughts are this. I think at the end of the day, you have to know in the bottom of your heart, what do you really want? If you cannot find happiness within yourself, you cannot find peace within yourself, then greed will take over. And at the end of the day, we are all blessed with a good sense of grey matter. So exercise our diligence, our intellect, and make your choices. Thank you. Oh, sorry.
Finish my sick man. Yeah. Okay, that's the rule. Okay, now we come to more interesting thing. I think you must have read in the papers of the Boeing crash 737. Now the question I ask is it the pilot or the plane that is the problem? Pilot or the plane? The thing crashed, isn't it? So everybody say, oh, ground the machine, maybe something the machine or what. Do you think it's the machine, the plane, or the pilot? Okay. Very simple. Pilot or plane? Okay, you. Because you and me, okay.
I used to be an aircraft engineer.
Sure.
So they have quality checks, right? Every 1,000, 2,000 hours they have checks. Right? You follow the news, right? There has been glitches on the software. Five pilots have reported glitches with you, right? So it's quite obvious it's a software problem. So it's up to the manufacturer to go and resolve it. It's very clear cut. The only problem now is that authorities have different views, right? One, you got FAA, which is governing the US airspace and regulation in the rest of the world. And Boeing is very big, right? Boeing has a lot of power to sway the FAA to do whatever they want to some extent within reasonable limits. So it's political right now. But to me, I think if so many reported incidents, it's because of a software problem.
Now we come to negotiation. China and US. The strategy of negotiation is to give and take. Everybody can be a winner, not loser. So what do you think? China and US. Is there ever to be a solution, a negotiation that China and US can settle the trade war? Can China and US settle the trade war? Anyone? Because at the end of this month, they are talking. If you know the answer, you're very rich. You're very rich. You can be right or wrong, see? So you come and tell us. Okay, Fernando, tell us the answer.
China and US. Finally, there will be a solution. But when the solution comes, we do not know. You just keep on dragging, buying more time, killing more time, and more nonsense will come out. So eventually, who suffers? All of us will suffer, the countries will suffer. What will finally come out will be, surely must be a win-win situation. Otherwise, there will not be a solution to this problem. So now they have to work their way out to find a win-win solution. If it's a win-lose solution, also no deal. Therefore, I think it may take more than end of March, probably another 3-6 months, they keep on postponing just to buy time and see what can be done. So everybody wants a win-win situation. Eventually, I think it has to be a solution. Otherwise, it keep on dragging on and the world will sink. All the trade in the world will sink. Therefore, my take is there will be a solution, but we don't know when because we are not the negotiator. If I'm the negotiator, tomorrow you settle.
I will send you to be the negotiator. Now, the next one is closer home. If you are the Minister for Foreign Affairs, Pandai Christian, how would you resolve this issue? Ever solve the Malaysian water issue?
Solve for you.
Very soft. That's it. Okay, anyway.
Okay, Valerie.
Okay, come.
Yeah.
Do you think they ever come to a solution?
So nothing to it.
Okay. Thank you.
Hi, I must say that as a foreign minister, I wouldn't know. Let me think. I'm at a loss for words as really speaking. I really wouldn't know what I would do. Please excuse me. Yes.
Okay.
Thank you.
At least he's honest.
Yeah.
So okay. So it's nothing wrong. Just say what a few words to say.
Now Valerie can
You
help.
are
Valerie.
okay. Don't worry, you come here, you can speak 1-2 words also okay.
Yeah, it's better than
Okay, better than nothing. Okay, the next one.
just go there.
Okay, next one is slightly more serious.
Don't worry.
You can go.
Okay, is it fair to impose fine for honest mistake made by doctors? Is it fair to fine? In a recent case, a doctor was fined 100,000. Is it fair to fine? He was not a doctor that out to make money, but he's honest. Do you think it's fair to fine him or not? Question.
Yeah.
Okay, anyone? How about you? Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Okay.
Sure, you can do it.
Okay.
Whether it's fair. Basically, there is no right or wrong in society these days, especially as a doctor. I think a lot of people do have expectations from a doctor especially. So if any mistake, even if it's an honest mistake, people will still, find fault with this professional because they find that they have a right to actually pinpoint and fault someone who is professional. So then they can actually push the responsibility and so that they can actually bear those responsibilities that normal people will not want to take those responsibilities. So I would say there is no right or wrong, but it's just human nature for us to divert our responsibility to someone else.
Okay, good.
Got 2 more chances to speak. I will come forward. 2 more chances. So don't waste your time here. You pay $5. Speak your money's worth. Okay. Simply. Okay. Okay. I think this one is, I'm sure you read the papers about the education policy. Now every time, this education policy is such a complex issue, whatever they do, streaming and all that. So now you must give credit to the, I feel, education minister to say that you feel that education policy, you must do away with streaming. You go to banning based on subject. What do you think? Subject based on, when you want to go, no such thing as streaming, but based on banning on the subject. Like maths, science, you go according to this. So no such thing as streaming, super streamline, all that. Okay. Anyone? No one? Okay.
Hi, my name is Stanley. I feel that there is so much emphasis on education in Singapore, and there is too much emphasis on results. If you are aware of what's happening outside of Singapore, then you realize one thing. The system that we have here, as well as in Hong Kong, Taiwan, Korea, and China, is not perfect. They just focus on the results of the exams. That's why we have a lot of brilliant students who have become scholars, and then they become generals in the army. After they retire from the army, they become CEOs of government-led companies, and they screw up those companies, because life is not just about studies. There are so many things that you need to learn, rather than just focus on exams. Those brilliant scholars are just good students. We serve them for the education system of Singapore, rather than put them into the corporate world. With that, I feel that there is no way for us to get away from whatever that we are doing now, or what we have been doing for ages, because the whole system is still very much based on the results. That's my take. Look at all the other countries, see what they are doing. I believe that a lot of people say that because we put so much emphasis on education, that's why we have grown tremendously in terms of economics. But at the end of the day, is it the only thing? Ask ourselves. Thank you very much.
Okay, last topic. This last day I hear technically about IT and all that. Now you hear so much about artificial intelligence. Now, artificial intelligence will be the future trend, the whole world or even Singapore. Do you feel that in the final thing is that it become all this IT thing, human being become not the master or the servant to IT. Okay. That artificial intelligence will be master over human being instead of serving human being. Okay. Okay. Anyone?
Jason.
IT. What is IT? IT has developed and give us good things that we are able to enjoy. Meaning to say that now you are able to communicate to the rest of the world within a few minutes. But the question now is whether artificial intelligence will affect us or not today. I would say that human brains are the most powerful of all. We are able to create something, we are able to downsize. But however, artificial intelligence is here to help us because the Asian population has grown tremendously, and over time, like people in Singapore, you look at our own society here in Singapore, our aged population, really they have to work very hard over time in the McDonald's or at a petrol kiosk or at some other places. But if you go to, I just went to Toa Payoh yesterday, the food court, they have this IT, artificial intelligence, where the robot comes and actually collect the trays. I think this is very, very good because it helps the people, the old folks there, are just simply putting their tray there. It is actually very good because it helps to minimize the manpower, and it also helps to create a friendlier environment. So I think in all respect to life, we have a very good life in the 60s, we have even better life in the 70s, and we have even better life in the 20th century. So let's embrace IT, let's grow together and enjoy our good life together with IT. We should not feel bad about IT. We should feel safe and say, let's move ahead. Thank you.
I think we must give a clap for us who have spoken and listened, because we have contributed, whether big way or small way, to all these topics. I think we have gained something about all the topics. Okay, we did not waste our time. Okay. Thank you very much for all.
Next time, table topic one.
Thank you, Keith Chen Ho, for such an engaging table topic session.